Welcome to my channel, Purposeful Play, where I talk about all things early childhood education. I'm Danielle and I teach 4K in Wisconsin. And today I'm going to talk to you about week 3 in our tree study. And I gave my puppy a Kong filled with cream cheese, so I've got like 10 minutes maybe, 8 minutes. So I'm going to talk fast. Let's get started. It is the end of day 2 of our study, which is Tuesday. I know I'm a little worse for wear, but I know you're not here to check out my fancy hair and perfect makeup, which never is, but I know that's not what you're here for. And I wanted to get this out to you, so in case you're doing the tree study, you can use some ideas. So on Monday, we always start with our morning meeting. We start with our good morning song, which goes, hello, Danielle, hello, Danielle, hello, Danielle, we're glad you're here today. And each kid gets to unmute themselves. They get to say hello or good morning or how they're feeling. And we've started to introduce different languages so they can say hello in a different language. And we just like to take that time for them to be recognized and feel important and noticed. It takes a long time, but it's worth it. Our question of the day yesterday was, does this animal live in a tree? And it was a squirrel, and it was running on the ground, so it didn't look like it lived in a tree, so they had to answer yes or no. We read the book. Oh wait, before we do our book, we always do a movement break. And we did this gray squirrel song. Gray squirrel, shake your bushy tail. I'm shaking my bushy tail. Gray squirrel, shake your bushy tail. Hold a nut between your toes, wrinkle up your little nose. Gray squirrel, shake your bushy tail. And then after our movement break, we read the book, Who Lives in Trees? And this is a creative curriculum book, like a teaching strategies one. So we'll have to see if this one's available to purchase, but if not, you can watch a YouTube video, somebody else reading it, and I'll link that down below. So before we read, we made a list of all the animals that the kids thought lived in trees. We got some interesting ones. There was like a lion, and I can't remember on any other strange ones, but we're gonna keep that list and go back to it and kind of check to see if those animals do live in trees. And then this is a fun book because you read clues, so I don't show the pages to the kids. Like who lives in this tree with strong tail and arms, I can swing all day long. Who lives in this tree? And then we took a couple of kids who would guess what it is, and then sometimes we went back and read the clues again. You're right, it's a monkey lives in a tree. So it was cute. We only read half the book because then we read it again on Tuesday to get the rest of the animals in. And then let me tell you what their seesaw assignments were. We have 2 seesaw assignments every day, and then we give them 4 play or choice time activities. So on Monday, there was a social emotional lesson on accidents and what you can do when you accidentally bump somebody or spill milk or something like that. And then the other one was a story problem with little creatures that live in trees. So there was a screen recording of, birdies going in and out of trees and squirrels. There were 3 of those, and then the kids created their own little story. 2 birdies went in the tree, but one got hungry and needed to go find worms. And so they told their little story, and by the end, how many are left? They were really cute. I really enjoyed reading those. Our 4 play and choice time activities, we always have a mindful moment or a movement every day. Yesterday was Jack Hartman, an animal ABC, and I'll link that one down below because he also has some other really good ones too. Look for insects, go outside and look for insects or animals that on trees, and hide a stuffed animal around the house and have someone find it. And then the last one was make a grocery list as a family and talk about the letters in your favorite items. That was Monday. Now, one class I have, we do small groups on Monday and Tuesday, and then the other class we do it on Thursday and Friday. And then I just repeat the same activities. Yesterday we did step-by-step drawing of a squirrel. And I am not an artist, but I'm not afraid to show you. This is my squirrel. And then we wrote the letter S because squirrel starts with the letter S. I got better and better at it. Oh, he's done his Kong and he's sneaking in here. Darn. Okay, I'll finish Monday and then I'll have to do something with him. Squirrel. And the kids helped me, what shape do you think we need for the head? And then we had all the body parts and it was really cute. And then the kids shared. So everybody took a turn and shared their squirrel. Pause. Gotta do something with my dog and then I will come back. Oh, I love that puppy dog, but he is a lot of work. Think twice before you get a puppy because they are so much work. I love him. Can't wait till he's like a year old. Anyways, Tuesday, day 2. He's back. I'm gonna go put him in his crate. I realized that I forgot to mention what our focus question this week is, and it is who lives in trees, in case you didn't guess. Our second day, we had our morning meeting. We sang the good morning song. Our question of the day was, did a squirrel make this home? And I showed a picture of a bird nest and the kids had to answer yes or no. And then we talked about it. And then I showed them a picture of a squirrel nest in a tree. And it was pretty cool. We talked about how they were similar and different because they look a lot alike, if you didn't know. Our movement break was Simon Says, which was, the kids are getting really good at it. They're really paying attention. And then we read again the rest of Who Lives in Trees. And we talked a little bit about clues or things that animals might have left behind on the trees to kind of show that they were there. There was an owl and you know that there was an owl living there because there was a nest, or there might be a woodpecker and he left little holes in the tree. So we finished that one. We sang our goodbye song. And then our small group for that day was a little acorn poem and then a Google slide that we played a little math game with. This is what the poem sounds like. Goes, 5 little acorns sitting in a tree. Along came Mr. Squirrel, as hungry as could be. And then the fall winds blew and rustled all the leaves. Down came an acorn. Mr. Squirrel was pleased. And then I would click and drag a little acorn off towards the squirrel, and we talked about how many were still left, how many were on the ground, how many all together, and they kind of got eventually, when we talk about all together, it's still 5, and it's always 5. So that was our small group. So the seesaw assignments. The first one was looking for evidence of creatures in trees. A teacher shared a video of her looking at her tree collection, and then some trees in her yard showing what the evidence or clues might look like. And then the kids did also a click and drag. I don't know why I keep saying drag and click, a click and drag. And they had to show which animal may have left those clues in a tree. And then the second activity was sorting leaves 2 different ways. So they could sort them by color, by shape, or by size. Again, it was a click and drag activity. Their play or choice time activities, the movement was an echo clapping that they could play with a friend and a family member. I shared a video of me doing it. It's just a movement, and then the other person has to echo it back or do the same thing back to them. Bark rubbing with a crayon and a piece of paper, making a home for a stuffed animal in your house, or a toy animal using blocks, pillows, blankets, boxes, whatever they had around the house. And then a game of I'm thinking of, so it's like a guessing game, kind of like the book Who Lives in Trees. So you give clues to somebody and they have to guess the animal that you're thinking of. That was Tuesday. Wednesday is our asynchronous day, which means we don't have Zoom meetings. We're doing our PD or planning meetings kind of stuff on those days. So we had 3 seesaw activities. One was a read aloud of The Grouchy Ladybug in a response to that. We did another social emotional lesson on accidents. And then the final one was insects or animals, I guess, that harm trees. So, and then I went around and I showed clues of that, looking at leaves with the holes in them. There are a couple other things that we saw, and then they had to decide, it was another click and drag activity or assignment where they had to decide on looking at a picture, was it going to be helpful or harmful to the tree? play and choice time activities. There was a movement activity, a Superheroes Unite Cuckoo Kangaroo. All the videos, again, I'll link down below so you can go check them out. An animal race where they pretend to be or move like an animal that lives in a tree and race somebody as they're moving like that animal. Do a letter hunt on a box of cereal or a box of whatever, and looking for the letters L, F, T, and A. Do you remember those days when you didn't have a phone to look at and you just spent your whole breakfast reading the cereal box? If you're old enough, you do remember. Yeah, the good old days. And the last activity was play a game, that echo movement game, but making patterns, so that repeating pattern of movement and having somebody echo it back to you. On to Thursday. Our meeting on Thursday, which hasn't happened yet. Our question of the day is, does this animal live in a tree? And we're going to show a picture of an animal that does not live in a tree. We're going to do the gray squirrel song again as our movement. And but I'm gonna ask for input from kids and give us a different color. So you have purple squirrel, and you paint yourself purple. And then we're looking at the book, we're reading the book A Grand Old Tree. This one again might be a creative curriculum teaching strategies one. But you can look on YouTube for a reading of it. And the kids are gonna look at the cover and we're gonna make predictions. Are these animals helping or harming the tree? And then we're gonna read that one and then sing our goodbye song. Seesaw assignments for that day. A little dramatic play. So they're gonna pretend there's a picture of a squirrel on the beach, and talking about how squirrels don't live on the beach, but let's pretend you're a squirrel, and where would you live? What would you eat? What would you make your home out of? And so they're going to share a little video, draw a picture, whatever they want, however they want to respond to that. And then I created a poem. I sang it for the kids, and then they're going to create their own version of the poem. So it's like two little blackboards. It was two little robins sitting by a tree, one named Danielle, one named Lee. Fly away, Danielle. Fly away, Lee. Come back, Danielle. Come back, Lee. And I shared me singing it. I shared an explanation of how they're going to do it, how they're going to change it, and I also shared the poem written out. I can't wait to see how they respond to that one. I think it's going to be really cute. Their play activities that day, draw in their journal animals that live in a tree, a game of counting forwards and backwards. So they roll their dice and they count whatever number they get. They count from that number forwards to 10 or backwards to 0. Or they could use 2 dice and they can count up to 20 and then backwards to 0. And then we have our a Seesaw blog. So we ask the kids to go on our blog and comment on somebody else's post. Maybe you can compare how you did that activity, or look at their tree and how does it compare to your tree. We just wanted to sort of encourage that interaction between the kids. It's like a 4-year-old Facebook. It's cute how the kids respond. I like it. And then the last one was, did I do them all? Oh, the mindful moment was me doing yoga. We did the easy pose, which is cross-legged, hands on your knees, some breathing, and then I did a butterfly pose. And then I posed the question or challenge to the kids to create their own yoga poses. Think of creatures that live in a tree and create a pose for that animal. And that's it, Thursday. Okay, Friday, the last day of the week. Our whole group meeting question of the day is, do you know what creature lives in this home? And I think it's going to be like a hollowed out hole or like a hollowed out log. And we're going to talk about what creature might live in that. Our book is Stuck by Oliver Jeffers. If you don't know this one, you have to get this one. It is cute and funny and outrageous. Kids love it. It's about a little boy who gets his kite stuck in a tree, and then he throws all these things up to get his kite out and then get that thing, and it just gets a little bit crazy by the end. When we're in school, I put out Play-Doh and branches and sticks and random stuff, and then the kids create their own trees and try to get stuff stuck in the tree. So that's our read aloud for that day. And then their assignments for Friday, our last social emotional that week, on accidents. And then I have a tree expert that created a video that's like 4-ish minutes long. She does something with the Wisconsin forestry education something. I can't remember what it is. It's actually my son's girlfriend's mom. And she's going to share her video. She hasn't done it yet, but she said it's done and I can't wait to see it. And then we asked the kids to respond with what did you learn, or what did they like about the video. The play and choice time activities. A mindful moment on melting. That one's on Go Noodle, and it's kind of a movement melting, kind of relaxation video. Using construction paper to rip little pieces and gluing together to create an animal that lives in a tree, and then drawing on someone's back, letters, numbers, shapes, and having people guess what you're drawing. And then the last one is a guessing game where you put random stuff in a bag or a box, and you reach in and you have to guess what it is just by feeling it. And that is the end of the week. And yeah, this could be a long video again. It's hard to cram a whole week into one video, but it's also kind of a pain to watch like 5 separate videos. So it's okay, cram it all in. If you didn't make it to the end, that's okay. If you did, thank you for staying till the end. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any other videos that I share. And if you have ideas or questions about things you want to know, put it in the comments below and I'll make a video on what you guys want to see. And I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. Have a happy day.